Complimentary breakfast.
General, welcome to the show this morning.
Good morning.
I've always wondered, have you ever gotten up on the dance floor when this song was playing, the stomach in, chest out? Did you get up and dance to that before? Not?
I didn't hear much of it except I think twice or thrice in the gym. Virgin Active in Devon. Then I was tuned with everybody to dance on it on the floor there.
All right, it's good stuff, General. Listen, a lot of people are saying, especially after what you said in Vosloorus, they said the sheriff is back in town and his guns are loaded. So I thought this will be a good bet music this morning for General Bheki Cele. You know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So here's my question to you, and I know your time is limited this morning. Do you want to be police commissioner again? Is that the aim?
I never wanted to be. Never wanted to be a police commissioner. I've been the political activist all the time of my life. I was in my corner down there in KZN as an MSc for transport, MSc for police safety and security, until the president said, I think you can be a commissioner. I said, Mr. President, I don't think so. And Mr. President came back again and said, now I don't think. Now you will be. and then that's how it came about.
I thought you did it for the hats, I must say. I thought, when you become a police commissioner, you get a very smart hat. I thought Bheki Cele said, as a hat lover, I'm going to get an extra hat
Absolutely
as well.
No. Police don't have better hats than my hat, especially that formal cap. I ended up loving it, but I was really crying for my hats.
Now, here's my question. At Vosloorus, so obviously this is after the senseless killing of Senzo Mayiwa, and Bheki is there for some reason. Everyone's wondering, where's our commissioner? Why is the Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Fishery and Forestry at Vosloorus talking about crime? How does that happen? Why were you there?
Remember, I'm the member of the National Executive Committee of the African National Congress, and there are no bounds there. There are no portfolios in the NEC. People at a certain given time from the structures of the community and the structures of the African National Congress, they'll invite whoever they think will be relevant in that particular issue. Maybe the Youth League, because this was the Youth League event, they realized that Cele might be relevant. So I went.
So what do you think of our commissioner currently?
What
do you think? I'm sure you have an opinion.
You just slipped that one in.
That is a big no. That's a big no. I'm not going to go there.
So, General, if the president phones you up and says to you, I want you to be the commissioner again, you're going to go, yes, of course, I'm there.
As he did before. If he does it again, yes, I will.
But you want to be commissioner again?
Necessarily want to be, no. I want to be anything that people think I can be. Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. I've discovered so much out of that. I didn't know. The mandate is huge. The mandate is big. Get food security for the South Africans, create jobs. We have a potential of 1 million jobs and improve the GDP. I was listening yesterday that agriculture is one area where the GDP can grow bigger than any other sector. So that's exciting.
But General, you must admit you're bored. You're bored.
No. No. But I don't think I'm bored. But indeed, there is a big space for adrenaline, high adrenaline in the police,
which you love.
So with agriculture, nobody phones you at 2 a.m. With police, they phone you at 2 a.m. Because somebody is kicking somebody wants to shoot somebody, so that the phone is forever open. And when it rings after 12, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, you realize that must be a serious call. You must pick it up.
General Bheki Cele is with us this morning. You know what? I spoke to a couple of cops, and they said they were very impressed with you when you were commissioner of police, and a lot of them miss you.
Not initial.
No, they miss you. They said, this guy knew his stuff. And I'll tell you why they said that. Because when you became commissioner, you appointed a lot of very strong and great cops around you to assist you to be a better commissioner. And that's what a commissioner should do, not correct?
Not initial. They did ask the same question: that who is this guy? Where does he come from? What does this politician? No, you see, since I came out of prison, Robben Island, there was a very violent situation in KZN, as everybody would know. As an ANC organizer, I was thrown in that, and then I learned running. That how to deal with police, how to deal with communities, and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to put my training that I did with Johan Berger in London when we were there dealing with community policing forum. I went to one of the highest institutions, Scotland Yard. So people don't know that portion and they don't shout it much and all that kind of.
Now,
but I knew I was not a professional police. For me to do better, I had to pull them close rather than to repel them and send them away. They knew a lot of stuff that I didn't know, but that stuff needed to be coordinated. Yeah. And I put myself there as a coordinator, coordinating skills that are so many in the South African police.
With a lot of skill. Now, the thing is, our NDP these days, National Development Plan, it specifies that this is not how it should work, that a guy doesn't put up his hand and the president goes, okay, that there should be a committee and they should decide who should be our next commissioner, and they make recommendations to the president, and then he decides.
Why police only?
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but we're talking about police currently.
No. I'm asking why is that specialities with the police? Why not the head of education, the head of everything?
Yeah. No, agreed.
So
agreed.
President has prerogative unless somebody changes the constitution. And police is one of the departments like all other departments. Why police alone?
Okay, but you agree a politician shouldn't be a police commissioner?
I don't agree with that. You see, there is so much leverage. If you let me give you one incident what happened. I went to Mpumalanga at Emelo, where there was a very big and bad standoff between police and the community, especially the youth there. So I have an access to the youth, I have an access to the police. So I can speak to them to both. Most of professional police would not have access to the activists, to the young people that are leading the service delivery there. I go to them, they say, tell these police to go away. I say, who came first here? Is it not you? But an ordinary police can't say that. The young people tell them to go jump, but they listen. So it does give this element of having access to both sides.
I hear, but now we have a massive problem. And we have to face the fact that we have a massive problem in the police currently. They're demotivated, they're demoralized, and we have a lot of them. You were going stomach in, chest out. Look at our cops. You see the guys sitting with a huge stomach with a piece of chicken licken in his hand under a tree, and they're supposed to be our cops.
And I left too many of them in the gym. Really, when I left, too many of them were in the gym. They were even opening the town halls to be their gym. I remember there was one big one that Baby Matala was dealing with in Soweto. But all over, police were really getting on the road. Some of them, they didn't have money. We were working with Virgin Active to have a special prize for the police and all that kind of thing. I had so many meetings. I don't know how far did it go. But one thing that takes a lot of stress out of you is when you come back from the gym and you say, this is the day.
Now, General, obviously other big scandal was, and I tried to find those words. You never spoke the exact words, shoot to kill.
Not at all.
You never said that. But did you say shoot them in the head? Did you say that? Did you use those words?
No, those I did.
Did you say shoot them in the head?
That was in KZN. I was speaking at Manzim. No, I wasn't. Both Mlazi and Manzimtoti. What happened? At a small town called Spingo at the rank, this police was chasing the criminal. The police shot the criminal on the leg, and the criminal fell down and pulled his gun and shot the police on the head. We buried the police. The criminal did not bury him. So I realized that it doesn't help much. So if the police had a chance, if he has shot him in the head, the police would not have been buried. So it was a practical situation that's another thing. This theoretical policing of talking from the offices, it gives you a different perspective when you walk with them, when you get with them, when you go in the dangerous spaces with them, you begin to understand how danger do they face.
No.
But you keep saying, Ren, don't break the law.
Yeah.
You are working in the democratic human rights situation, so remember that.
Yeah.
But don't die. Don't allow innocent South Africans to die.
I'm so glad you pointed out the fact that you should walk with the cops at some point, because if you were on the streets with the cops and actually facing these criminals,
many a times,
then that to a certain extent qualifies you more to be commissioner. You actually were on the streets with the cops.
Many a times in the middle of the night, in early hours of the morning, together chasing some criminals, together working on preventative exercises and all. Many a times I got wet. I had a lot of raincoats and boots.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at what the security studies are saying. They say the main problem that the cops currently have is there's a breakdown in the management of the cops currently, and that's demoralizing them. It's a managerial problem inside the police.
Well, I've not been part of that survey, so I can't comment.
Oh, very political answer, General. So the way I'm reading things, and I got to ask you this, and I had Julius Malema here a while back, who, so by the way, said he wonders if Bheki Cele, if he's now going to shoot the fish. That's what he wanted to say.
In a barrel.
But I've had him here, and I asked him about being angry with the president. And you were very hurt by the president. I remember that was the word. The president, you were hurt when you heard that you were fired as commissioner of police. That hurt you.
By the president, I'm not very sure if I was hurt by the president. The whole process really hurt me. Starting with Thuli. I'm not going to sit here and talk about Thuli, but I have big issues. But the worst issues I have is with Judge Moloi himself. I don't want to talk much.
He was the head of the board of inquiry that said you were unfit.
Yeah, I don't want to, with the exception to say, by the way, he's a judge that could not do the NGO work. Remember, he was working for ISS and could not until they brought Becker. All issues. That's why those issues are still challenged. President, on those recommendations, had to act. Yeah. So I don't have an issue, but I have a serious issue of the logical conclusion of those sittings and those boards.
So that court case is continuing. You are challenging their findings, but you do agree that if there's even an inkling of dishonesty when it comes to a commissioner, that guy shouldn't be commissioner of the police.
I fully agree.
And there was an inkling that you were dishonest.
Absolutely no. I outright deny that there was such a thing. I'm looking at this process, saying and confirming that, and I can assure you that shall not be confirmed.
So you definitely, there was nothing under the table. You made no mistakes with this whole Rushabongo business.
You see, what makes any human being remember that is a human being is a conscience. Once that thing is clean, you are clean.
All right. General, listen, I know you're off. Before you go, give us the Banting diet.
I'm told.
Give us a stomach in, chest out fitness tip.
Yes.
What should we do? Look at what we look like. This is what a breakfast team looks like.
Well, myself, I've not been in a very good shape these days because this Cape Town Pretoria thing they've gotten. But people that I found here, except few.
There we go. Now it's me.
Except few. But people are well shaped. And one thing that I will always say, I hate this slimming of herbal things, having using special type of
Yeah.
anything that slims you, but minus gym is not for me.
Yeah, we do.
You must eat well and go to the gym. Not necessarily go to the health clubs and all. Hit the road, have your skipping rope before you sleep, work out and have some few jumps, have some the apps in your bedroom, and that's and eat well. Eating well is not to eat nice stuff like coffee, like Coke, like fat,
KFC.
like Coke. Shoo.
Amen. General, listen, it's been a pleasure meeting you. Now, I brought my Stetson along so we can get a picture, you and I, with our hats.
Nice.
I brought my Stetson specially for you.
That's fine.
It's great meeting you.
That's okay. Great meeting you guys. I don't know why did it take so long for me to be here.
Yeah, please. You have to
visit
come
again.
back if you have more time. We want to speak to the man behind everything we read in the media. All
That's
right?
fine. That's fine.
General Bheki Cele, wat by ons was volgende. Are we going to look like cowboys?
Yes, 1, 2.
It looks like people from Dallas.
Thanks, guys.
Lovely.
General, it's great meeting you.
Okay,
Please
thanks
come
very
back.
much.
Please come back.
The Complimentary Breakfast.
Jacaranda FM.